My name's Sue Jackson. I'm a psychologist. I have a particular interest in performance psychology. So I have a PhD in sport and exercise psychology, and within that area I have a particular interest in flow state. And flow is that time when you get totally involved in what you're doing, when you're so focused on what you're doing that nothing else matters, and where you tend to perform at your best. So that's kind of like my background, and as a psychologist I work with people interested in optimal performance, as well as anyone just interested in enhancing their mental well-being. Well, I think that more and more, I think that health and systems of health and practices of health are recognising that mind and body are so interconnected, and that if we work in isolation, so as a psychologist, if we're just helping somebody with their thinking and with how they're approaching things mentally, but ignoring the physical side, then we're not able to do what we could potentially do in terms of helping someone move forward. Same if we're working just on the physical body, but ignoring what's happening in someone's internal world, in their experiences with thoughts and feelings, we can only do so much. And so I think through this practice, it does work at a level that's facilitating mental health and physical health. And then as a psychologist, for the work that I do, being able to perhaps have co-referrals with people that are working in this system, with the clients that I'm seeing, if there's some way that we can develop ways of working together to help somebody be able to move towards a more holistic health and improvement of their situation, where both mental and physical health are being addressed. Yes, I think that there's a place for this practice for anyone, from an elite performer, where I understand that the hammock and aerial system was developed initially by an elite performer. And so I think there's definitely scope within that, particularly for recovery, because elite athletes or elite performers in other areas, they're spending so much time at their art or craft or sport, and there's a lot of heavy demand on the body. And so I think this process of the aerial therapeutics allows for recovery and for a lovely stretching, enhancing flexibility, enhancing any compression or tightness that performers have. So at that end, there's a lot of benefit. And then for someone who's seeking better quality of life for whatever reason, whether that's physically, mentally, or both, they tend to go together, as you know. I think that it's accessible for anyone, and those benefits of getting the stretching, of getting the decompression, of getting a practice, being able to be involved in a practice where you're able to release, lengthen and enjoy movement, knowing that you're totally supported, that you're not going to do things that are going to aggravate injuries, that you're able to actually do things that will help you move forward from where you're at. And for me, I did mention I have a particular interest in flow states, and it's a nice way of being able to tap into that experience of flow through the way that the practice is structured, through the support of the hammock. So you've got challenge, you've got these graded challenges, it's inbuilt into the practice, and yet the challenge is also able to be geared to where the individual's at. And for flow to occur, it occurs when there's that correct balance between challenges and skills, and they're both stretching the individual, that is, both are at a high level. And so wonderful way to be able to tap into flow states. When I've had a practice and I leave here, one, I feel taller from that decompression, and two, there's this sense of relaxation and ease that the practice also provides. I think that idea of being able to move and to be weightless, like to be in the air rather than to be weighted on the ground, it just provides something unique. I don't think that other practices can tap into. If someone has the opportunity to try this, give it a go. it's a beautiful practice, and I feel wonderful during and after engaging in a practice of this nature. Renae is a gift for anybody that wants to experience aerial therapeutics. She combines a really interesting background in terms of her own training and her performance background as well. And then she's got a beautiful manner in her teaching, and the cues that she gives are spot on in terms of while you're in the hammock and you can't see what the instructor is doing all the time, she will give you a cue that just, you know exactly what that next step is. And also she's got very keen observation so that she can help fine-tune what you're doing while you're in the hammock. So yeah, I think that Renae is an expert in teaching this practice.